Okay. Have you ever just felt that constant buzz of, modern life where the days just kind of blur together? It's like an endless stream of to-do lists, emails, bills, obligations. You're always moving, checking boxes.
Right.
But underneath it all, there's maybe this little nagging feeling that something important is missing.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Maybe you're feeling a bit burnt out, maybe a little disconnected, or just, well, not quite yourself.
It happens to all of us, I think.
Definitely. So if any of that resonates with you, and honestly, given some of the things we've all been navigating, I suspect it might, then this deep dive is really for you.
Yeah, think of it as hitting the pause button, just for a bit, amidst all the chaos.
Exactly.
Our mission today, really, is to help you, and let's be honest, help us too, to genuinely check in, get some real clarity on where you actually are right now.
And then
start to, realign with the life you actually want to be living.
Perfect. And to guide us, we've looked at some really insightful source material, and it all centers around these 5 powerful questions.
Powerful, but simple in a way.
Right. And what I find really compelling is that it's not about finding answers outside of yourself. It's not about digging for new information.
No, it's more like excavating.
Yeah.
Digging up the wisdom, the truth that's already inside you.
Yeah. It gives you this structured but still surprisingly simple way to just reflect and find your own path forward. So, ready to dive in?
Let's do it.
All right, first question. And it sounds, almost too simple. How are you really doing right now?
Emphasis on really.
Yes. Like, let's try and push past that automatic, knee-jerk, I'm fine that we all say without thinking.
And that distinction is so key.
Yeah.
Because the research is just incredibly clear on this. If you don't actually pause, slow down, and genuinely check in,
You just keep going.
you just keep running on autopilot. You stay stressed. You stay disconnected from what's really going on inside. And it's interesting. Psychologists like Dr. Lisa DeMoore, who's mentioned in our source, they really emphasize this. Just saying your worries out loud.
Just articulating them.
Exactly. Whether you're a teenager or an adult, it brings this huge sense of relief. The problem somehow feels worse when it's just swirling around in your head.
Right, trapped inside.
Yeah. Putting it into words, even just to yourself, it externalizes it. And the point isn't always to fix it immediately. Sometimes it's just acknowledging, okay, this is here.
That makes sense.
Because, as the source points out, feeling completely alone with a problem, that's often way heavier than the problem itself.
Oh, absolutely. It's like naming the monster under the bed, right? Takes away some of its power. Good analogy.
And Mel Robbins, who our source often draws from, she shared her answer to this, and it really stuck with me. She said she felt very content this past summer.
Okay.
But what's interesting is how she got there. It wasn't some big fancy trip. It was making a conscious choice to travel less for work, be home more.
Simple things. Really simple. Setting boundaries, like actually putting work down by 6 or 7 p.m. She even gave her whole company a week off, and instead of going somewhere, she had a staycation.
Ah, nice.
And she said her kids were teasing her, like, Mom, you're so tan. And she realized it was just from being home, working in the yard, walking the dogs, just doing normal stuff.
Presence, not elaborate plans.
Exactly. It was about being present.
And that really is the core of it, isn't it? Whether your honest answer right now is positive, like hers, or maybe you're feeling overwhelmed or frustrated or isolated.
Yeah.
That honesty is like your compass.
Yeah.
It's not about judging yourself. It's a vital clue. It tells you what you need to keep doing if things feel good or what needs to change if they don't.
So the question for you listening is, what's your real answer right now?
Take a moment with that.
Okay, that's a great setup. Let's move to the second powerful question. Who's someone that you've spent time with lately, or maybe someone you wish you had?
Relationships.
Yeah, it's just so easy, isn't it, in the rush of everything, to forget how fundamental our connections are.
It really is.
Yeah.
And if you leave out the quality of your life, well, it's largely driven by the quality of your relationships. That's not just a nice idea.
No.
No, the science is solid. Dr. Robert Waldinger, he's a psychiatrist at Harvard Med School. He directs the Harvard Study of Adult Development.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that one. It's been going on forever, right?
84 years, the longest running study of its kind. And what it proves conclusively is that the quality of your relationships, it's the single strongest predictor of happiness and health over your whole life.
Wow. Stronger than money or success?
Stronger than money, success, status, you name it. It actually affects our biological resilience, our brain function as we age. Connection isn't just a nice to have.
It's essential.
It's fundamental. More vital for long-term well-being than even diet or exercise, according to this study, which is pretty mind-blowing when you think about how often relationships just kind of drift.
Yeah, onto autopilot, leading to loneliness. That Harvard study really does make you rethink priorities, doesn't it? Especially how much we focus on career or money.
It does.
Our source shared this really sweet story about connection. Mel Robbins mentioned she was almost embarrassed because her brother, Dee, hadn't visited her in Vermont in the 4 years since she moved there.
Okay.
Even though her sister-in-law, Christine, who's also her business partner, comes often. Anyway, Dee and Christine finally drove 15 hours from Chicago during that company week off.
Long drive.
Yeah, and a big part of it, apparently, was bringing their 2 Australian shepherds, Bodhi and Homie. They're brothers from the same litter.
Oh.
And hadn't seen each other since they were puppies. She said the dogs went right to each other, sniffed, stepped back, and then were just inseparable for 4 days. Totally ignored the other dogs.
That's brilliant. Dog reunion.
Totally. But the point was, the humans didn't do anything fancy, no big vacation plans. They just played cards, cooked together, went hiking.
Simple connection.
Just simple stuff. And because it was so easy and nice, now they're planning for her to visit them in Wisconsin soon.
See, it doesn't have to be complicated or expensive.
Not at all.
Which really brings it back to you listening. Are you actively making time for those connections?
Yeah. Are you being proactive?
Don't just hope it happens. You
Yeah.
kind of have to make it happen. Stop playing passive. Maybe scroll through your phone contacts right now or look at recent photos. Who could you reach out to?
Even just a quick text, right?
Absolutely. A text, a call, grabbing a quick coffee. It can make a huge difference.
Okay, let's dig into this next one because I think this is a biggie for a lot of us who are always just, doing. Question 3. What's something you've done recently that brought you joy, and how can you do more of it?
Joy.
Yeah, we get so focused on the big goals, the big achievements, chasing happiness out there somewhere.
And that we miss the small joys right here.
Exactly. We overlook them completely.
And that's the crucial insight here. Joy doesn't just randomly happen to you. You can actually intentionally build it into your life.
Build joy on purpose.
Yes. And this connects really well with research from Dr. Judith Joseph, a psychiatrist at NYU, mentioned in the source. Her work shows that finding these small moments of intentional joy, like little microdoses.
Microdoses of joy. I like that.
Right. They can act as a lifeline, even when things are really tough, like dealing with depression. It's not just about feeling good for a second. Over time, these small moments can actually help rewire our brains, make us more resilient to stress.
Wow, rewiring your brain with little joys. That feels doable, achievable.
It is.
Mel Robbins shared some great examples. One was playing Harry Potter Monopoly with her adult kids.
Fun?
Yeah, she talked about the fun of arguing over the little figurines, which house everyone is. She's Gryffindor, family's Hufflepuff and Slytherin,
Yep.
and doing the character voices. She swears her Dobby voice is amazing.
I'd love to hear that.
Me too. But her point was, games are just such an easy way to bring back that childhood fun.
Totally agree.
Another one for her is gardening. Just deadheading flowers, pulling seed pods from her lupines to sprinkle along the driveway. She finds it meditative.
That mindful activity.
Yeah, and she joked that her tan is just from being outside doing that, and she builds it in like a 3-minute lap around the house after her morning walk just to check plants. Quick, easy.
See? Doesn't have to be a huge time commitment.
No. She suggests keeping things like bananagrams or cards or puzzles just out, visible as an invitation. Oh, and she tries to go to 2 concerts a year. Her trick is buying cheap tickets on the day of the show.
Smart.
But maybe the simplest one, just sitting in her Adirondack chair for 5 minutes with coffee or a book, just breathing and feeling okay.
5 minutes. Everyone has 5 minutes.
Right.
So for you listening, if
Yeah.
you're feeling burnt out, if you're struggling to even think of something joyful,
Yeah.
try scrolling through your phone's camera roll.
Oh, good idea. Like an archive of past joys.
Exactly. It can give you clues about things you used to do, versions of yourself that made time for joy. Maybe it was running or book club, singing, meditating, cooking, scrapbooking, whatever it was for you.
Find those clues.
Yeah. Think of joy less like this big elusive thing and more like a practical, like a life raft, something to help keep you afloat when things feel rough.
A life raft of joy. I love that. Okay, moving to question 4. What's one thing you've been putting off that is just draining your energy?
Ugh, the procrastination list.
Totally. These are often those stupid little things, right? They aren't actually hard, but they just sit there in the back of your mind, weighing you down.
Oh, disproportionately so. The act of not doing something small can create this huge mental burden, like a constant low hum of stress.
So true.
It reminds me of that TikTok account mentioned in the source.
Yeah.
How long does it actually take?
Oh, yeah. Christy's account.
That's the one. She literally films herself doing tasks that people put off for years.
And shows they take, like, 5 minutes.
Exactly. It's brilliant because it just highlights how much mental energy we waste worrying about these things when the actual doing is often super quick.
It's almost infuriating, but also validating, because we all do it.
We do.
Mel Robbins had some classic examples. A kitchen drawer, ignored for 4 years, full of placemats she called a placemat garage sale.
Oh, dear.
Complete with chunky pasta sauce. She knows it would take 10 minutes to clean, but nope.
Been there.
Or scheduling doctor's appointments, kids' physicals, or even her own procedure, a basal cell removal on her chest. She described it like rust on a car that needed scraping off.
Vivid.
And mentioned her Mohs surgery scars. She'd put off booking it for 2 weeks, even though making the call takes 5 minutes.
The phone call barrier is real.
It is. And then there was the truly grim one. Her cat, Mr. Noodle, had been peeing in her son Oakley's room for 2 years.
Oh, no.
And a carpet cleaner basically said, yeah, that's not coming out. You need to replace the whole carpet. Yikes.
Okay, that's maybe not a 5-minute fix, but the decision to deal with it probably is.
Right. Or selling a couch on Facebook Marketplace, updating car registration. We all have our own Mr. Noodle problems, big or small.
Absolutely. That mental clutter. So the challenge for you listening is, can you pick just one thing from your list today?
Just one.
Just one. Set a timer. See how long it actually takes. I guarantee you'll feel lighter afterwards.
And you get that proof, right, that you can tackle these things quickly.
Exactly. That feeling of relief is, well, it's pretty motivating.
Okay, final question. Number 5. This one's fun. It's an invitation. What's something new that you want to try that you can do during the week?
Ooh, I like this one. Shaking things up.
Yeah, because we're all guilty of it, right? Saving all the fun, all the novelty for the weekend.
And then the weekend comes, and it's either jam-packed with chores, or you're just too wiped out from the week.
Totally. So this question encourages a different rhythm.
It does. Building something enjoyable into the week gives you a reason to actually stop working. It helps create better boundaries.
Pushes back against that always on culture.
Right. But there's another layer here, which is brain health. Learning new skills is genuinely good for your brain. It helps you age better.
Really? How so?
Well, think about that Oxford University study mentioned in the source. They had one group learn to juggle for 6 weeks.
Juggling. Okay.
The other group did nothing new. And the juggling group, they actually showed measurable changes thickening in the parts of their brain related to vision and spatial awareness.
Wow. So learning literally grows your brain.
Pretty much. Actively learning new things enhances it.
That's cool. So what was Mel Robbins's new thing?
She wants to try a hip-hop dance class. Apparently, it's at 5:30 p.m. during the week.
Hip-hop. Interesting.
Yeah, and she was very upfront about her challenges. She said she's dyslexic, terrible with choreography, always the one turning the wrong way in line dances.
Huh. Relatable for some of us.
Totally. But despite her excuses about the timing and feeling like she'd be bad at it, she committed to doing it, embracing the potential awkwardness because she's always wanted to learn to shuffle dance.
Good for her. I mean, if she's willing to potentially look silly in a hip-hop class.
It kind of gives the rest of us permission, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Permission to be a beginner. Permission to not be perfect.
Exactly. So the question for you listening is, what new thing could you try? Maybe this week.
It doesn't have to be huge.
Not at all. A dance class, fitness class, cooking, art, maybe an online course. Even just attending a lecture or volunteering for an hour somewhere new.
The benefits seem clear. Reason to leave work, growing your brain.
And just the fun of novelty. Plus, the courage it takes to try something, especially if you think you'll be bad at it. Ignore the judgment, internal or external.
Great point. Okay, so that's our deep dive. 5 powerful questions.
Let's recap them quickly.
1, how are you really doing right now?
2, who's someone you spent time with lately or wish you had?
3, what brought you joy recently, and how can you get more of it?
4, what one thing have you been putting off that's draining your energy?
And 5, what's something new you want to try during the week?
Just asking yourself these questions, really sitting with them.
Yeah.
It can bring such clarity, a sense of empowerment, maybe even excitement about simple steps you can take.
Yeah, steps to lift yourself up, remove some of those burdens.
Exactly.
And remember, this isn't just a one-off exercise. These questions are like a toolkit. It's free, it's reusable.
Bookmark this deep dive. Come back to it whenever you feel a bit off or overwhelmed or lonely.
Or even just when you realize you haven't really laughed in a while.
Yeah. Is permission to pause, permission to reset, let the answers illuminate your path forward.
Definitely.
And maybe one final thought to leave you with.
Yeah.
There are no right or wrong answers here. The only right answers are your answers. The truth that comes up for you when you take the time to ask and reflect.
Trust your own wisdom.
Exactly. Lean into whatever truths these questions reveal for you.